Hello everybody, I'm Destiny. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be discussing how you can relieve stress and anxiety by journaling. In the first portion of this video, I'm going to explain what are the benefits of journaling and how does it exactly help you with your mental health. The second half of this video, I'm going to be discussing an actual method that you can use at home and be applied as a therapeutic technique in journaling. Life can be very mechanical. We all have our routines. We get up in the morning when that alarm clock goes off, we go to work, we go home and cook something for ourselves, we clean up a little bit, we take care of our family, our kids, our pets, we take care of ourselves. Sometimes we schedule in fun activities or relaxing activities, then we go to sleep, then we wake up, then we do it all over again. It's very mechanical, very routine. Then on top of that, we also have our stress triggers. That could be events or situations that happen that cause stress or anxiety, such as getting into a car accident, or having a run-in with your boss, or a nasty customer, or a fight with your spouse. It could be any of those things. So how exactly does journaling benefit you? Journaling is a way to express yourself rather than keeping your thoughts in the back of your mind and suppressing them. It's literally a moment of your time to process your thoughts and your feelings. It's a way to acknowledge your feelings and address your thoughts and express the both of those in healthier ways. So now we're going to get into how to journal for better mental health. This is the step-by-step method that I use. Step number 1 is write about what is stressing you. Normally what I do is freelance step number 1, as in I get out my pen, I get out my paper, and I start writing down whatever is on my mind. But for beginners, this actually might be difficult. That's why a lot of people stick to doing writing prompts. I usually don't like writing prompts because I think that they're very limiting. But one really easy writing prompt that you can go with is just to write about your day and write about how it went. Or you can write about a specific situation that doesn't really sit right with you. During step 1, honestly guys, I go ham. I write about exactly what's been stressing me out and I write it in detail. I just really get my feelings out, whether it's anger, whether it's resentment, whether it's frustration, whether it's happiness, whatever it is, I really get detailed and I just write it all out. Once you start getting the hang of journaling, then your journal prompts can become more specific. For example, if you're going through the grieving process right now and just recently lost someone, you can do journaling prompts such as, what would you say to that person if they were here? Or what would you do if you can spend one more day with that person? The purpose of step 1 is to acknowledge what you're feeling and think more deeply into what is beneath the surface. Moving on to step number 2. Step number 2 requires you to organize your thoughts into 2 different categories. Category number 1 is to list the things that are out of your control. Category number 2 is to list the things that are in your control, the outcomes that actually can be changed based on the actions that you take. The reason as to why we might want to differentiate between the things that we can control and cannot control is because, number 1, we shouldn't dwell on the things that we cannot control. If you have no hand in what is going to happen at the time, or if perhaps maybe something in the past happened, then it is what it is. There's no reason to stress about something that is out of your hands. But it is good to acknowledge what are the things that are out of your hands, because then you can actually move on and move forward to the things that you can actually change about your certain situation. Another reason as to why you want to acknowledge the things that you cannot control is that you can actually take a step back and make peace with whatever it is. Once you kind of settled on what is out of your control, then definitely move on to what is in your control. And when you write down about what is in your control, it's great to have a positive mindset and to try to think of all the possibilities or all of the active things that you can do to change your situation and make a plan. Sometimes that is in the form of a to-do list, sometimes that's in the form of a goals list, sometimes you can just doodle out like a rough draft of a plan. It can look anything like doing a weekly goals, a daily goals, a monthly goals. What exactly do you want to accomplish in the future? Make a plan, make a list, just prioritize things that are important and refocus yourself. Moving on to step number 3. Step number 1 was more so about writing out what is stressing you out and getting your feelings and thoughts about it out, right? And then number 2 was more so working towards lowering your anxiety and having a better mindset or outlook on what is possible. And now step number 3 is more about giving gratitude. Step number 3 is to give gratitude. And gratitude is talked a lot about, especially in journaling videos. At this point, it's kind of like a cliche, and whenever I look at journaling videos, I always skip over the gratitude part because I feel thankful for a lot of things every day. But this point is actually worth some time because in retrospect, whatever you're going through, if you think about it, it could be way worse. You could be way worse off in a lot of ways. Something to really hone in on is to acknowledge your blessings. If you have a roof over your head, you are blessed. If you have an education, you are blessed. If you have a good relationship with your family, your parents, your friends, with God, you are blessed. You have to take account everything that is working for you. Otherwise, you're always going to be in a negative mindset. Another way to express gratitude is to give yourself positive affirmations. I always feel embarrassed writing down positive affirmations sometimes because you're basically just complimenting yourself. But it is important to acknowledge that you are a great person and you have to love yourself. Try to love yourself sometimes. Tell yourself that you are confident. Tell yourself that you are beautiful. Tell yourself that you are accomplished and actually celebrate those small accomplishments, the big accomplishments, but the small accomplishments too. Focusing on what you're grateful for really puts in perspective that you don't own all of the problems in the world. In a nutshell, those 3 steps really help me journal for better mental health. And if you reached this far in the video, now you know a great way to reduce your anxiety and stress. Congratulations. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. Bless you, babe. My next journaling video, I'm going to be discussing dream analysis. So if you're into those things, definitely stick around. The last thing that I'd like to leave you off with is a great quote that I've written down here in my journal. It says, "Be a model of how things can change for the better. Things can change for the better for anyone. You are not your past. You are the mindset that you live in today. What you can do for yourself is endless, as long as you believe it is." Okay. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you next time. Bye.